Hey, what's up? This is Ian, and in this video, I'm going to review the K2 Evasion boot. I think it's a nice looking boot. It is, it's got a boa I took the liner out. I'll show you that in a second. So this is like in other K2 boots, like the Masis, this kind of plasticky thing. It's like kind of flexible and it goes over the liner. And then it kind of sucks your heel and foot leg back. And then it's got some laces, and it's got like a little skirt zipper thing. So you can zip this up, and so it's gonna keep the snow out of your boot, which is good. So you drier feet. Like my old boots, I had K2, or not K2, Ride Fuse boots. I've ridden them probably 250 days. They're not very comfortable. They never were very comfortable for me. Just tough finding that right fit, either too big, too small. But those things get soaking wet. So this idea is a good one. So Ride and K2 boots are kind of owned by the same company. I've ridden these boots. The Flex is a 7, and they're size 8. I've ridden them about 5 days. A little bit bulky. I have like kind of low volume. I have low volume feet and skinny ankles, somewhat wide forefoot, and I have a really tough time with boots. This white boot next to it is a Nighticker Rift Pro. I bought them both, hoping one would work. Decided to try to try them out. Initially I got a black one of these, sent it back, got the white one, kind of was going back and forth, which one should I do? Initially I went with this one, rode it for a day. These ones are for sale too, and rode it for a day, and then way too much. I think it's a little bit narrower than the Evasion, and way too much pressure on, like, I kind of got tailor's bunions anyways. My forefoot, it's pretty narrow. But anyways, this is the K2 Evasion. It has kind of an articulated cuff here, but not here. It has this kind of so that was kind of a minus for me. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep these either. I think I might sell them. It's really just I've bought 3 new pairs of boots in the last year, and none of them really. I have a really tough time. Boots are just not fun. Although that could change, who knows? Maybe I'll decide to weather the storm. Let's look at the liner. This is the liner. It's somewhat similar. So this liner, let's say, this white one here is the Nighticker. Something I noticed, this material is like, this liner feels a little squishier. Not much, but it's a little bit. This material, I think, is a little denser than that. So I kind of think that material is better. But, you know, fitting to your foot is kind of a thing. They've kind of got some kind of J-bars inside. You can feel them too. It's almost like one on the outside, on the inside. This kind of thing, something I didn't like is when this boot flexes like that. Now right in that flex point, I feel like kind of some uncomfortable, like pressure point on my, like top of my ankle, right in that area when it does it. And like, not sure what's best. My shin is a little bit, so even though my toes are like touching the end for sure in these, my street shoes are 9, these are 8s. Here is like a little bit too much volume for me. If you don't have really skinny ankles or you're average, I think you're gonna be better off. This seems to work. Velcro enclosure seems to work pretty good. I think better than the Ride Fuse. Has a wrap liner, but the Velcro didn't even work. Like on my ankle, if you had really skinny, like when you tightened it, like the Velcro would like, you wouldn't line up, you wouldn't even connect because yeah, my ankle was so skinny. And I way sized down on those. So liner, if it works for you, I mean, I think the foam is kind of better quality. I also bought, like last spring, I bought a pair of Deluxe Aerith Rin. They felt comfortable in the shot, but I think you got to kind of watch out for that one. Very soft liner, very too squishy. I think this is a better quality liner if it fits your foot. I got an insole here I can show you. This is, if you saw my Nidecker Rift Pro review, this is better than the Nidecker one. Though it kind of depends on, most people say like stock insoles are not very good. And usually that might be the case, although it might work all right for you depending on what how your arch is shaped and whatnot. I think everybody wants to sell you an insole too to make some more money. But yeah, this is definitely better than stiffer than the Nidecker one, which is like kind of floppy, real squishy, soft. Yeah, I didn't kind of like that about the Nidecker boots. The shell is like pretty bomb-proof if it fits your foot. It kind of has like a high, I think, instep for me because I have kind of flat feet. So I'm thinking long-term, like I would have a space issue in here in this part of the foot over my foot. But anyways, that also has a power strap. I didn't say, you probably saw it. I think that's good because like lace boots, like my Ride Fuse boots, they loosen up and it gets kind of annoying and you got to tighten them again and it doesn't last. And I've heard some people say that about boas, that they loosen up. So the power strap I think is a good thing. I like that. Pretty nice feature. So laces seem good. This seems good. The tread, we didn't talk about that. It was a really icy day yesterday, basically like when it's like a super slushy day and then like warm and nice and everything's great, spring-like conditions, and then the next day like the temperature drops way below freezing. And they groom it when it's slushy and then it's like, man, it's like ice. It's really so this is the tread. I don't know, it's kind of hard to say like direct comparison. The Michelin Ride Fuse one, I kind of think it might work a little bit better. I'm not sure why. Maybe there's less, like if you look up like car tires, like sometimes they do like siping on these tires, and I don't know if it's because like these are all kind of, the outside are all kind of tight and little kind of slits versus like the Ride Fuse boots. I can show it to you. They're right here. It's a little bit different. I thought that I work in the terrain park, so I'm like walking in the snow. Okay, these are everybody else's boots. What happened? Oh, there they are. These are the Ride Fuse boots. So that's the traction on those. Yeah, so that's the Ride Fuse. It has a wrap liner. But I made some reviews on those. If you have any questions about those, you can ask too. That traction might be a little bit better. Tough to say though. Either way, they're all rubber. All these boots, I always look for a rubber sole. I don't want like that cheap EVA stuff. That's garbage. You need rubber yeah, it's just a better. So these are rubber, so that's it. They've got to be pretty good anyways. So that's my review of the K2 Evasion. Thank you. Peace.